she came home 2 weeks ago and found the best dog she's ever had in her life dead. And she was absolutely devastated. And as she was telling me this, I had secondary trauma from this event. And so it was 3 or 4 days later, it was the following Sunday. And my partner and I worked with me with the Cogno ball and releasing me from the trauma as well as my client. And I talked with her yesterday. It just makes me tearful because I didn't say anything. And she said, you know, something happened in the middle of the week and all of a sudden I just felt better. So then I told her what I did because she's very energetically sensitive and she does a lot of work. And she was so grateful, and so was I.
Oh,
And so am I.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I could feel that. I could feel that one. Woo. That was a big.
It was huge. She's
huge.
attended the Barbara Brennan School of, she just has done everything. And very energetically knowledgeable and sensitive. So for her to have that kind of release from Tracy and me working on her and me was a testimony to the effectiveness.
Isn't it amazing, this quantum effect? Like, you know, that you do the work and then someone else, that quantum entanglement is a very real thing.
Yeah.
And we see it every single week in the work where, you know, somebody is in a session and then that person, whoever was the bad guy, whoever that is, you know, ends up being like released or in a way that's unexpected. They call and say they're sorry for what they did. And although it's not the intention, and the person is quite surprised because we don't set that in that, you know, that mind frame that, oh, you know, they're going to finally realize, you know, it's not that way. It's just like they're working on their own feeling about what's happened. And then poof, you know, it unlocks that link to them. It kind of really amazed me, you know, the stuff that they talk about, you know, in the, you know, the mystic texts or even, you know, the, you know, mainstream, right? You know, that if you forgive and let somebody go, you know that it'll be good for you. And so anyway, it never ceases to amaze me. Thank
Bill,
you so much.
I want to add to that, Bill. So for everybody out there with relationship issue, this is exactly how we change relationships. We work on ourselves. We work on getting the feeling out of our body, and it changes the field. So think about it this way: whatever is happening within your field, what you're experiencing, you can change. And that's how realistically these things happen, where you work on yourself and somebody else changes. It's like a miracle. It's kind of amazing.
It really, you know, it really is. And when we say the field, you know, some of you have seen some of the interviews on this, but it's actually tangible, you know, that you can feel this cloud, if you will, in your field with your physical hand. It feels thick, or it feels cold or hot. Some people, this is very extreme, but some people get like one of those static charge shocks out of it. But it is once the lesson's been learned, or the forgiveness or the letting go of the grief has happened, poof, it disappears from the field, and you can physically feel it with your hand. It's like a air jello, you know. It's like this thickness, if you will. So anyway, who knows? Maybe today we'll have some fun with that. I am so excited about today and having everybody with us. We want to do more sharing. We want to have people introduce themselves, open up your camera, share what's happened, or if you haven't had an experience yet, just introduce yourself. How'd you hear about us? Where'd you come from? All that type of thing.
I don't mind going next. I'm Alice. Can you guys
Hi,
hear me?
Alice.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
I've been participating in these meetings a couple times now. I'd say about 3 or 4 times. I think I'm new. I have the basic program. I have a couple things in my life that are kind of scary. I have a health condition that's being treated, and I have procedures I have to go through, a colonoscopy, another one coming up, and then I'll talk with the surgeons following that in a few days. So I have the perfect opportunity to use this. Of course, I've got some income worries. I'm on my own. I live on my own, and all the rent. I wanted to tell Anita I live across from Seattle also. I'm in Port Orchard, and the rent's going to go up. We think quite a bit. So, enough said there. I got plenty of things to do, and I've done energetic type healing before on myself, using a guided imagery. So I understand the something being kind of stuck here or there in the body, and the Cogno movement made really good. It's like, okay, here's something I can do and move physically at the same time. So I'm eager to learn, but crazy enough, I'm slow to practice. I could be doing this day and night, and I'm not. So I'm so thankful for these live Zoom meetings, so I can feel like I have a community that I'm in, some brothers and sisters that are, trying the same thing. I totally believe that this is a good way to go, and that it will be effective. I need to feel better about practicing. So thank you very much for these opportunities. And I have the recordings too. So we have plenty of help, I think, to do this on my own, when we're not in a meeting.
Yeah. It's just do you find that it's just kind of hard for you to get the motivation up?
Yes. In the beginning, the first couple of times when I bought the program, and then I was like, oh wow, we have a Zoom meeting. That's awesome. I can be doing this with you guys. I felt exhausted. I couldn't get out of my chair, and I didn't get my ball out. I used a pencil, and I just sort of pretended, and I sort of imagined myself doing the figure 8 on the floor and things like that. And so there's some kind of weird block, I think, just a personal block.
Right. Well, when if you want, you can also, this is as hard as this one sounds, is what am I getting out of it? What am I getting out of it? And this has always been, for me, a hard one, right? You don't want to look at myself, it's like, what am I getting? No, I'm not getting anything out of it. So doing a session on that, and it may find that hidden thing, especially in the infinity, where we do that for people that when we talk about the infinity, because we have our own terms for things, but it's basically a figure 8 on its side where we do the Cogno movement and follow the ball with our eyes while focused on the issue. Well, gosh, thank you. It's nice to meet you. Good luck with the thing tomorrow. You're absolutely right about going into a tough time like this. there is so much stress and anxiety. And you have a tool that will really help with that. It can really move it out for you. And I've had customers go through, the surgery, right? Pancreatic surgery or other, type of cancer surgeries and chemo and all of that. And they did the process and they went in and they did it without angst.
Right. Yeah.
And that really helps with your results, going in without angst. And plus it just feels good, right? Like, hey, I'm going in, and I'm doing this and I'm not worried about it.
Right. Right. No, there's a lot of anxiety about most of us don't do colonoscopies and that sort of stuff every day. So even just a preventative type thing, a procedure can be pretty stressful.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And then, I know what they're looking at now. It's rather serious and immediate. They want to get it done. They want to get it done now. And, the people that are caring for me are very serious about it. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we do need to do this before Christmas, get it done. And yeah, it's definitely the anxiety is high. But you're right. I can visualize myself going in there with ease and being at ease and hearing what the surgeons have to say afterwards and going, okay, this is what we're going to do, and then coming home and doing more sessions about it, yeah.
All right.
I can see it. So I believe I'm going to be successful.
I have a couple of tips for you guys, because there's a couple people in the chat, they're saying, I bought my program, I haven't done it either. Okay, couple of things. One is the session doesn't have to be 49 hours. Set your timer for 3 minutes or 5 minutes and work on, I don't want to do this. That's it. I'm too tired. So Alice, that exhaustion you were feeling, that's what you work on. I feel exhausted. This is my physical body sharing how it feels. So just do that and set the timer for 3 minutes so your brain knows I only have to do this for 3 minutes.
Right.
After the 3 minutes, you'll probably want to do more or not. But if you did 1 to 5 minutes a day, you would get incredible results. So that's one little trick you can use. But absolutely do it on, I don't want to do this. And one thing that stops a lot of people is they try to work on their whole life in one session.
Right.
It's just not effective. So choose, and it's also overwhelming. So choose one little thing, one tiny thing even. I would like to brush my teeth 3 times a day instead of 2. Or, I like to get the dishes done a little sooner. Choose something small. Once your body realizes that you got results and it just feels better, you'll really want to do more. So pick something tiny and really, you guys, one thing only, just one. That's the biggest thing that we find, people trying to do 1,000 issues. Now, what will happen is in that 1 to 3 minutes, that one issue is going to clear, most likely. And then the next one under it will pop up. So a session could easily be an hour, but you also might get 3 or 4 issues. Many times we find that we start on one thing and we end on something else. They're all connected, but you really don't have to do more than one at a time. So that would be my big advice, is set the timer, choose one thing and go for it. The other thing you can do that I really love and we forget about, choose something positive, something that you feel good about now and you just want to feel more of it. You want to have a bigger experience. You want to fill your body with joy. So Bill says this all the time, someone that you feel non-romantic love for. A pet is perfect for this. Do it on your pet. Feel the love you have for your little pet and do your session around that. You are going to feel like you're glowing. It will be incredible. So we can use Cognomovement to make the things we love bigger and experience more joy. There really is no limit. This is a big secret, you guys. Listen carefully. There's no limit on how much joy we can experience, even though we might think there will be. So take something you love and just make it more, just for the fun of it. So that's my piece of advice. Last thing, practitioners, please put your name and information in the list. Those of you who don't know, we have Cognomovement practitioners here. Right now I see Annette and Cassandra. Annette is on the East Coast, Princeton, New Jersey, and Cassandra is near San Francisco, I believe. If I've missed anybody, speak up. Coral, I didn't see Coral. Hey, Coral is in Utah. So, okay, guys, put your name in there. Sorry, Bill, go right ahead.
Okay. Just real quickly, the practitioners can be accessed also on the Cognomovement website, so you can they can assist and support you with sessions and that sort of thing. So they're really great. They've been through a lot of training. All right. So anyone like to introduce themselves or share a story? I'd love to meet you and hear about where you're at so far. Hi there. Sit. I'm sorry, I can't quite. Shavanniko?
Swagato. Thank you, Bill.
I tried. Okay.
You did very well. And a more pronounceable name is Shiv, just the first 4 letters
Shiv.
of my name. Yes.
Okay. Hi, Shiv.
Hi, Bill.
Where are you in the world?
At the moment, I am in India.
Oh, India. Wonderful.
Yes.
What part of India?
Right now, I'm in Delhi.
Oh, Delhi.
So I don't live here. I live in the south of India. So I'm temporarily here for a purpose.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How did you find us all the way in the south of India?
Okay, so that's a great question. And this is my second call in this group. First time I attended a call like around 4 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And I honestly don't have the idea like how I landed up on this call. Possibly, I'm guessing, do you guys go on Gaia?
Yes. Yeah, we've been on there, yeah.
So from Gaia, from a documentary, I signed up for a mailing list, and then I am in this call. That could be the possible reason. And what intrigued me to come on this call today is I'm in Delhi right now. So the title of the call is like the immunity gym. So what bothering me is the level of pollution in the city. Like the city is very nice and very lovely people, amazing people. This is my, I'm in Delhi like after a very long time. Like I was here when I was 10 years young.
Right.
So it's a great city, but only thing is the level of pollution. So like the deep breath work is also not that helpful, because if you are breathing deep, you are consuming the polluted air.
Yeah.
I myself, I do some breath work, and like I do meditation, and I practice yoga. So I felt like this is the right call at the right time, at the right moment to shift some reality surrounding myself.
Oh, good. Well, here's an interesting thing about immunity. And if you're on this call, actually, if you're probably in the world right now, you're interested in your immune system. Everybody is there's some state of fear, uncertainty, and doubt around, the worldwide health. So there is a new important scientific fact that's been discovered, and that is that you can boost your IgA level, your immunity level in your body by 50% by being in your heart in a state of love and gratitude. So If you want to boost your immune system, if you think of someone you love non-romantically and let yourself feel that feeling of love. Why I say non-romantic? Because non-romantic is typically not conditional. Romantic love by its very nature is conditional. So there's no conditions typically on non-romantic love. So if you can allow yourself to feel that and give that feeling to you and be grateful for what's going on right now in your life, you'll have a substantial increase in your immunity. And it's something you can do at any moment in time. We can work on this here today on the call and see if we can clear a few blocks so that you can have it.
Great. Thank you, Bill. So I remember from the first call that I attended, so you talk about like everything that we think of is there in our energy space. And like if something is like joyful, like we can have that and we can like sink into that desire by activating the root chakra and also putting that into the space of crown chakra.
Yes.
And also if something is bothering us, that is also in our space and we just snap like this. And so I practiced that, so that was very helpful.
Oh, good. Did you have anything new show up in your life after, or you don't remember because it's been so long?
I don't remember because I do like lots of I listen to lots of energy people and I practice lots of things. So like my life is miraculous, I would say. Like
Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Nice to meet you, Shiv.
Thank you, Bill. Nice meeting you as well.
All right.
Did we lose Bill?
No, I'm right here. Does anybody stories of the utilization of Cognomovement and what happened for you? Open up your mic, introduce yourself, or if you're new, come on and tell us about yourself.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
It's been a minute.
Good to see you.
Jonathan. I'm Jonathan. I'm back in Florida. My December routine. So I just wanted to share a quick one. Before I moved from New York, I was feeling like little, am I okay? Am I not okay with moving out from New York? And of course, I learned a lot in these Cogno Hours. And like, there's times that they stay with it. Like you're like, I'm not gonna do it. Works. But lately I've been using a lot like my feelings about this, like really my feelings about this situation, right? So I was starting to do the one about leaving New York, my feelings about this. And it was very interesting because I was like bummed out, but it went from being bummed out to being kind of sad to being angry at myself, but it was like a full fluctuation of like, like the emotion going. And at the same time, I was feeling like, of course, the like release of energy. So I don't know, I just share it so people know that maybe sometimes you're going to explore an emotion that's going to turn into anger, frustration. And at some point it felt also like, my power is here, but it was being held in a little like sad bubble, but because I was not able to like really transform it into anger, to frustration, to my power, what am I going to do about it now? So it was just very I've experienced many things with that, but that was recent, and I thought it was very energetically it was intense because I was like bossing, of course, and I'm like, that's so crazy because I started with like, I'm just bummed out, to being angry at myself for not like having taken more action, but then of course at the same time like integrating that I didn't do it for whatever reason, I wasn't emotionally ready, or I wasn't like in the space to maybe be more proactive. But like, again, that's why we're doing like the work we're doing sometimes, right? To free ourselves from those limiting emotions, thoughts, sensations that don't let us move forward. So just like a little sharing to say, like, yeah, sometimes I think it's great, my emotions about this, even if it's like my emotion about this emotion that I'm feeling that I don't know what it is. So that I think that's been very, very helpful. Because again, you're like, oh, this sadness, I'm tired of this sadness. And also yesterday I was doing Cogno before I went to bed. And at some point it's like, oh, I'm just tired of trying to figure this out. I'm just tired, like, but kind of like it's a sentiment, because it can be like the trap that we sometimes may fall on, like that we're always fixing ourselves. We're always like trying to, and not that there's anything bad, but we can also get into this, I'm not doing enough work, I'm not doing enough energy work, or I'm not meditating enough, I'm not peaceful enough, I'm not chilling enough, I'm trying all these tools and techniques that we're constantly like trying to adopt to improve our lives. But yesterday I don't know, I just got to a point that I'm like, I just don't want to worry about anything, because of course it's like exciting, but then you're like wondering if it's working, if it's not, blah, 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 So I was doing some Cogno and I'm like, I just don't even want to, like, I don't want to figure it out anymore, but it was just like also nice to maybe honor that sense of being tired of trying to figure it out, or of trying to implement these tools in a perfect time. Because again, that's going to be counterproductive, because we're stressing ourselves for not having this ideal state of being based on, of course, what we are absorbing of, because again, we all want to be blissed out, happy people, right? But just a little sharing, it's also interesting to find those moments of, oh, I'm just tired, I'm just annoyed, but we don't even know how to honor that within ourselves, right? We're like going unnecessarily sometimes. So yeah, and it's cool. Just wanted to share that.
Well, the rest periods are important. There's two sides of that. One of it is to, you especially with Cognomovement, neurologically, it's extremely stimulating. You create and prune connections in your brain that it has a way of getting to things that are very hard to get to, that may have been stuck for a lifetime, and you prune the connection or you make the connection. And with that, you can get very tired. You need to rest and deep sleep. When you sleep very, very deeply, the changes that you made during your session will take effect. So, but if you definitely don't want to, tax yourself, during the process. You want to make sure you're getting a good sleep and not always running.
I want to add to that, Bill. So just so you guys know, and I've shared this before, I'm not shy about it. I used to be the queen of frustration. That's where I sat sometimes. And I'm not a morning person, so wake up real salty about the whole day, like, really, this again? But what I learned is, like, just like Jonathan said, I want to thank you so much for sharing that, Jonathan, that you just did it on, I don't want to do it. I don't either. I get up and I'm like cranky, and then I think, wait a minute, I got a lot to do today. And just like Bill said, it stimulates the mind. I do Cognomovement to get rid of the salt and to get some ideas, because I want to get some stuff done that day. So just that feeling of, I don't feel like doing nothing today, or I'm a little cranky or salty about having to get out of bed, those are good reasons to do that 1 to 3 minutes of Cognomovement, and then you're free from that. The other thing I want to say is, Bill said, it prunes connections and it's very stimulating to the brain, and that is 100% accurate. And on top of that, doing just that little bit of infinity low to high lets you see all of the perspectives that you hold within one body. You think you have one point of view, not true. You have about 1,000, and they're all within your neurology. So that 1 to 3 minutes of moving the ball up the body, moving through emotion, neutrality, ideas and inspiration, and then moving through all the files of your brain gives you all the perspectives. So you're not just clearing something out, you're getting your body, brain ready to learn. You're looking at all your perspectives. You're finding a new human within yourself with every 1 to 3 minute Cogno session. So that's all that's available in there. Just that little tiny bit. Just saying.
Right. Wonderful. Let's see here. Anybody? Hi,
got a
Susie.
question.
Yes,
Hi.
Susie.
This is a question. Shelby Blake, she's in Australia and she's usually with us. She said when we meet at this time, it's the middle of the night, she can't make it. But my question is, I'm really connected with several Australians, and Australia is really, really going through a lot right now with this pandemic, the police, the forced. And I was wondering, can you use the Cogno ball for big stuff outside of yourself?
So it is how you feel about it. It's so a lot of people that I see are, they're having a bit of anxiety about all of these big picture, right? The threat of the collapse of world economy, the threat of getting the mandated shots, that the anger over people not getting shots, the threat to their health, the things that they may see, that inconsistencies, people that also felt that they knew the truth, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait a second, I thought you told me this, and now I'm finding out it's not true.
Right.
So with all of these things, they're building up a worldwide anxiety, and we are, our field is permeable. When someone else is feeling something, a lot of anger, hatred, whatever, fear, anxiety, we can't help it. We pick these things up. And what happens is we feel it as if it's ours. Just like I feel all this anxiety, I feel afraid of everything. And then you'll kind of hook in and attach it to something. Really, there's just so much of it pervasive out there that it's not even ours. But because I feel it in my body, I will try to attach it to something in the external. And I could make it about my neighbor, my wife, my husband, my daughter, my whatever. We'll make it about something. So it's really important to do the work to clear it out, and to do it regularly, because as a collective with mass media of all kinds, there is a real fear push. It doesn't matter what side of the fence somebody's on, there's a fear push. So the clearing it out so that you can be neutral. There's an important trick that even if you don't have time to do Cognomovement, if you can just notice your body, your physical body has a gift of keeping you separate from another, right? When we die, what happens is I don't have a body, and everything you feel, I feel, right? As we're one, but when we take a body, we get some degree of separation. The critical piece of data that I have for everybody is that if you feel your physical body, it'll help you to become more neutral. Just notice your pressure in the chair, notice your hands, notice the way the table feels, notice how whatever, just notice your body. It'll help you to become a little bit more neutral, and so you don't have those feelings.
This is really such a good question, Susie. And I just want to make a statement for all of you and really take this to heart. There is not a person on the planet who needs you to suffer for them. Let me say it again. There is no being on this planet that needs your suffering. So, Susie, this is such a good instinct. Feel the pain you're feeling for our friends in Australia, because yes, they're suffering, and get it out of your body, get to neutral, because what will happen is you will then add that neutrality back to the field.
Beautiful.
You will then, and if we all do it collectively, we will add that back to the field. And also remember that for some people, this time indoors has been incredible time of creation, huge. So not every person is suffering. Yes, there are some, but some are not. You don't want to be adding to the suffering in the field. So no one needs your suffering. Everyone can use your neutrality or better. So if you feel like you're hurting for someone else, clear it out of your body. You'll help them, they'll help you, and you will help the planet.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Love you, Susie.
When we started this, wonderful Anita came on and just said how she had cleared grief out of her system, and then it cleared in the person whose dog died. So this is like a one-to-one scenario, but it's really not. It's one to many. And as we clear, it helps the collective. It's just how it is. So yeah. And the opposite is true as well.
So, but we have time for about one more really great story. Anybody have anything they want to share about Cognomovement? And then Bill's going to lead a session for us. And then after, we'll take some more questions. So do we have any, and anybody else have a great Cognomovement story? Any miracles, any magic you want to share? Practitioners, you're up.
I can
Nobody?
share.
Oh,
I
hey,
can share if we
Katie.
have time. So, hi everybody. My name's Katie Wrigley. I'm in Maine. If you want my info, it's in the chat. So I couldn't have more of a buy-in to Cognomovement. I've been doing it a little over a year now, and my story originally started with a session with Bill around back pain. I was getting lined up for a neurosurgery consult, and I did a 3-day event with Bill and Liz. And then I put together a piece of furniture after that, and then canceled my neurosurgery consult because I didn't need it. I am now a year later in the process of getting my first gym membership in 5 years because my body can actually handle being physically challenged and gaining muscle again. So there's not enough time for me to tell you all the ways this has transformed my life, but I have different career, different relationship, different house, different mindset, different everything, all because of this system that Bill and Liz have created. So thank you guys.
Awesome.
You're awesome, Katie.
All right. Thank you, Katie. Katie is she works worldwide over the over Zoom, right? And in person as well. She do sessions for you. So wonderful. What I think I want to do today with everybody is have a little bit of fun. Everybody could use an immunity boost, right? So this is something that everyone could benefit from. The first thing is to ask ourselves, what's keeping us from love, joy, and bliss? Well, one of the things that's keeping us from love, joy, and bliss is the collective fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is globally, all over the place. This is from our neighbors, from wherever. So we'll have a little bit of fun with this. If Liz, if you could pin me. And you're muted.
Go right ahead. You're actually on for everybody. You just.
Oh, okay. I couldn't
yeah,
see
go ahead.
me.
You're on.
Okay. Okay. So the first part of this is where would that be in the field that's around you? When I say the field around you, if you put your hands out, if you put your hands out to the side and you rotate it, we'll just call that your field. Some of you is going to be bigger, some of you is going to be smaller, but just say it's that. The fear, anxiety, the easiest place to start is my fear and anxiety. If it was somewhere, where would it be? Just reach your hand out this slowly, and put your attention on your physical hand, on your hand. And as you put your attention on your hand, see if you feel something there where you think it might be. Go underneath it and feel, is there something that feels like heavy there? Does it have a left side or right side? This typically feels like a little bit thicker air, or it'll feel warmer or colder. Just feel wherever that is in the field. When you can feel that, it's not, and by the way, you're not going to be searching all over the place. You know, what you're going to do is you already know where it's at. Where is that thing that I feel most anxious about, or the most resentment about, the most fear about? The big thing for you, where is that in your field? Feel that. Just feel, you know where it's at. Just feel right there. Once you've felt it, then what I'm going to have you to do is put your hand right in the middle of it. Put your hand in the middle of it and ask the question, what is it that I have yet to learn from this? Is there something that I need to learn that I haven't learned yet? See if you get a message. And if you do, grok that, fully get it. And then go ahead and clap that area. Now, when I say clap that area, I mean like this. Aggressively clap that area. And once you have, then put your hand in and see, is it still there? Is it still there? Go over your left shoulder, put your left arm out, and all of your not getting stuff done, your apathy, despair, focus in on that. And take your hand and just pull it towards you. See if you feel something thick over that left shoulder. Is there something there that you would swear feels hotter, colder, or thicker? And clap it out. Aggressive. Exactly where it is. Feel again. Is it still there? Or is it gone? If it's still there, and that little part that's still there, clap it up. Okay. All right. So that's a wonderful start. After this call, what you can do is all the other places, the people, the situations, just feel in your field and begin to clap it out, or see if there's a lesson to be learned. Next, what we're going to do, if you have your Cognomovement ball, what we're going to do is we're just going to do the infinity. And you're going to utilize this little black dot that's right there if you have your Cognomovement ball. If you don't, just use a pen or a pencil, and you're going to focus in on that on the end of it. It's not as good, but it'll do in this just to give you an experience. So here we go. Close your eyes and think of someone that you love non-romantically. It could even be a pet. And allow yourself to be there and feel that feeling of love for them. Now, if they've passed away, don't focus in on the loss and the grief. We're going to only be in the time that we were happy together. That's it. That's it. We're just going to focus in on that. Allow yourself to feel that feeling of love and joy. Allow yourself to feel that. And you're going to keep the head level and straight. And you're going to take your Cognomovement ball and you're going to do an infinity. It's like a figure 8 on its side. You keep the ball right close to your head. You won't have to move it very far if you keep it close to your head. The object here is to create the movement through the entire length of where the eye can move. Its furthest boundary. And what you'll do is when you're here doing this infinity, you allow yourself to feel that feeling of love. If you get to a place and the eyes feel as if they are stretching, they don't want to go there, park the ball there. Just park the ball there. You may find the area, it feels like sandpaper. It feels like pulling. It feels like double vision. It feels uncomfortable. Park the eyes there. Put your attention right on the dot. Let yourself, as you're feeling that feeling of love, what happened right here? What is at risk if I feel this feeling of love? Is there a perspective I haven't considered yet? When you do get the message with the place that your eyes are stuck, you want to move the ball very, very slowly, and you find where the eyes are sticking, and you park the ball there. When you get the message, when you learn the lesson, take that lesson in completely. It's your lesson. Take that lesson in, and what you'll notice is the eyes release. They release. Go back to that feeling of love for that person or pet, and continue rotating the ball to the next position where you feel the eyes are pulling or double vision or feel dry. What is it right here that I have yet to learn? What happened right here? And what is it that I haven't learned yet from that? When you learn the lesson and the eyes relax, move again. Move again to the next position. Allow yourself to feel that love for that person or pet. And hark your eyes. Wherever that pulling occurs, just park. What happened right here? Is there a lesson that I've yet to learn? A perspective that I haven't considered? You will know when you have the truth, when the eyes, that tension in the eyes, lets go. Make sure that the ball is close to your face and that you're moving the eyes to their furthest point, all the way up, all the way left, all the way down, all the way right. Fantastic. Okay. You put your ball down. And now remember those things, those experiences, whatever those experiences are. Let's say the things that kept you from this love and joy. Where would those be in your field around you? Where would those be? Reach your hand out and see if that is in the field where you think it is. Feel with your hand. Feel it with your hand. And when you feel it, you can see if there's a lesson there for you. Put your hand in it. What have I yet to learn here? And then it may dissipate on its own, or you can clap it out. Then reach your hand back out and feel the field right there. Is it still there? Close your eyes. Go back to that feeling of love for that person or pet. Let yourself feel that again. See if it comes even better now. That feeling. Give that feeling to you. Not a thought, just the feeling. Give that feeling to you. Allow it in. I can feel this for myself and feel it for others. Allowing myself to feel this feeling for me and others, faults and all. Okay. This is a little bit of a different session, also very short, but I just wanted to give you a new experience today. And this is only just one small point of Cognomovement. It's not all of Cognomovement. It was just meant just to be just a small appetizer. There's training online that you can get for Cognomovement, Cogno Quantum, which are manifesting, and even practitioner training.
In fact, Bill, the piece that Bill shared today really was a piece of Cogno Quantum that you shared.
Yes. So if you're interested in that, of manifesting and that sort of thing, I shared some of the things out of Cogno Quantum. There is a Cogno Quantum bundle that includes the basic training and Cogno Quantum for manifesting. Anyway, anyone would like to share their thoughts or feelings or experience, anything that I can help with there?
Bill, I'll share quickly. I'm Coral. I had the experience of, if I allow love, it's allowing everyone else an all access pass to me. And so there was the barrier of, no, you can't, but the paradox is they already have an all access pass, but I also have the boundaries to take care of my own self. So the whole message was to allow, but it was really the fear of allowing. If I allow love, I'm allowing an all access pass to me and I'll be taken over, which isn't true. So it was quite interesting. So thank you.
So here's a really good one, is that, and this is, talked about by the sages for millennia, but it is very simple. However, it can be difficult to ride the bicycle when you're starting to learn how to ride the bike. And that is, do what you will with another without kicking them out of your heart. You can say no to behavior and still maintain a feeling of love for a person. You can imprison somebody to keep them from doing things that are inappropriate. But for you to be free is not to kick them out of your heart while you're doing that. Do what you will with another without kicking them out of your heart, and also giving yourself the permission to separate love and behavior. Like, I can say stop it. No, you're not coming in my house today. Love you. You're going to be staying outside today, but we're not doing that. So when I start to experience that this is good for me, then I will be able to do it easily. As soon as I realize, oh, no, this is really good for me, to have this good feeling for you, it's not a threat. So yes, hopefully that helps. All right.
I think that's an amazing realization, Coral. Thanks for sharing that. So personal. Our practitioners are so practiced that they find these little gems within themselves that change everything really in the end. So thanks for sharing. Gorgeous.
Thank you. Yes, Carl. I had one, and I'm grateful that we got to do this session today, because I had one here, and I'm doing the session with you. And I was over here and during the session, and I had, my interpretation of my childhood was that it was rough, and my epiphany was you did it to you. You are the one who pulled your joy away. You're the one who said, no, I won't feel joy because of blah, 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 blah. But it was me. And so anyway, but the lesson is, you can take it back. You gave it away, you can take it back too. So it's all you.
Ooh, Bill.
I know,
That is
telling
one
on
of those, right? When you
telling on myself here. Yeah.
We hate that. It always needs to be someone else's fault, right? But with Cognomovement, 10 out of 10 times, you're generating the experience, right? And there's some swearing that goes on when you find this stuff.
Yeah.
But man, is it freeing. So
It's
congrats,
freeing.
Bill, and congrats, Coral.
All right.
Lori says that her message was lighten up, let it be. That is a good, that's a good one, Lori. Best one, really.
Hey, before we do any more sharing, there's a couple things that I need to make sure that I get, make sure I tell everyone. Number one is practitioner training coming up in February 1st. And it's going to be a 3-month-long training. It's extensive. It's all been reworked and and expanded. And it's going to be online for about 3 months, where you have video training, and you'll have every other week you have live webinars to working with us. There's so much to it. If you go to the website for
I posted it, Bill.
Becoming a practice. Okay.
Yeah.
It's there in the chats if you want. And very excited about it. Being a practitioner is about the funnest thing you could do. I really enjoy it. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you're interested, the website, you can schedule a call with me and Liz to discuss, what it's about and what's required. There's a bunch of information there. If you do not have your basic training and you don't have your Cogno Quantum yet, that's on the website as well. You can get that. You can get an entire bundle, and you can. There is a learning portal with hundreds and hundreds of hours of training where you can get that, where it includes balls and everything.
Yeah, the basic the forum. Sorry, guys, my brain is not engaged this morning. I didn't do my Cognomovement session. Dang it. The learning portal is more than just Cognomovement. There are hundreds of meditations, the full, there is a full version of Secrets of the Masters there. You can find podcasts there. You can find conversations between Bill and I there. I mean, it is full of everything and Cognomovement sessions. So that's a big one. If you're interested in practitioners, guys, there is something to know. There's a prerequisite. You must have basic training and you must have used it before the session starts. We want you to be familiar with Cognomovement before you're considering teaching other people. So if you get it now, you'll be fully ready by February if you get in there and work. So please reach out though if you do have questions about that as well. Also, I posted in the chat where you can find our free ebooks. If you're brand new to Cognomovement, do that first. Suffering is optional, and the tiny book of big manifesting. It'll really help you understand what Cognomovement is. I posted in the chat also where you can get your basic training, which will soon be called fundamentals, by the way. Surprise, surprise. And the link to the practitioner if you want to explore that as well. Penelope has a question, Bill. If you're not sure where it is in your field, do you just feel all around and wait till you feel something, or do you choose a certain area? She's wanting to know how to find it in her field if she's not sure where.
Okay, so number one, easy process. Focus on it. Let yourself feel it. When you feel how you feel about it, it will create even more energy in the field. What you focus on, the energy goes to. That's number one. So first thing is focus on it. Second thing, don't care if you feel it or not. So if you're filled with anxiety about it, about feeling it, then that's a block. Just, I really feel it. I'm very upset about this, or I'm very anxious about this. And then ask yourself, where would it be if it was? And just put your attention on your hand. This is just one hand, and just reach out very slowly into that area with your mind on, I don't like this, or whatever might be the case, and just slowly reach your hand out. It'll feel like a little like, God, I swear something's there. It's like colder, hotter, thicker, something like that. So those are the main ways to do it. Flailing, where people just start flailing around, that's not very productive. It can work. I mean, you will find something for sure. If you start just going, you will feel something in your field, but it might not be the thing that you're working on.
So I want to tell a quick story about that. So I had something I was working on. When Bill and I are building the business, a lot of times, there are things to consider and lots of different options like there are in life. And I was working on something and talking to somebody else about it. And I just kept gesturing in a certain area. And my eyes would kind of go there as I talked about it. And I realized, oh my God, there it is. It's right there. I could feel it right in my field, the piece. So two things. One, it gave me a clue. I just need to do my ball around this and then clear my field. Also, I knew exactly where it was in my field. So this is a trick I use a lot. Talk about it out loud, even if it's just to yourself or your dog, and notice where your hands are gesturing. 10 out of 10 times, that's exactly where it is. And when you actually put your attention there, you'll notice an upkick of sensation in your body. So even as I do it now, I know I have a little more work to do there. I feel an uptick of pressure, over my heart center. Now, does it mean it's about my heart? No, it just means that's where my body's recognizing it. And that's my place to work. So this can work a number of ways. It can be your cue that you got to work on something. Number one, get in there and do a Cogno session. Number two, clear it out of your field and make the adjustments that you want. So I know this is where this thing lives. When I get it fully cleared out of my system, I can go back there and now recreate it the way I want, pull it back into my body, and now generate the signal that I choose around that subject. So that's bigger, that's Cogno Quantum. But the point is, your body, your eyes, they really do know where it is. If you're willing to just noodle around there a little bit, see where your hands and your eyes go.
All right. Okay. Hi.
I have one question, if I can ask.
Sure. Is
All
it Rohit?
Yeah.
Rohit?
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
Thanks for picking up. One question on this one, like, what I heard is like, if it's on the past, and if you don't want like that emotion, we can clear it out. Yeah. And I did that few times, and it was pretty good doing that. But then if whatever we want to create in the future, if we dive into it and keep the hand there more to feel it, and then turn towards it and get that energy into the heart, is that what you do?
There is a whole, it's a whole thing. It's called Cogno Quantum. And there's an entire process that we have for that. And it is really interesting. There's the whole program where we have video training on Cogno Quantum. It's online. You can also get the free ebook. It's on cognomovement.com. It's called Suffering is Optional. And so those are the two ways that you can start to learn about actual manifesting. It's amazing. But yes, your body is a transformer.
Bill, that's the tiny book.
The tiny book of big manifesting.
And it's in the chat. I'll post it again.
Okay. Your body is a transformer, and things go from thought to thing, and they go through a downgrade process to become material. And it happens in our body as well as in the material world. But yes, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Boston.
Oh, Boston. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
We have a practitioner very near Boston, in Massapoisett, closer to Providence. I think she's about 45 minutes from you, named Marina Ray.
Nice.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other last questions? Anybody want to share any stories or anything that happened during your session today that I can answer for you? No? Okay. Well, thank you all. Share with everybody you can on what we're doing, and help them to clear stuff out there. I hope that some of you consider becoming practitioners. We really love the community that we're building.
And if you guys want to do this little session again, do it again and again, a million times if you want to. It will be in just a few minutes after the session, available on Cogno Movement Founder Facebook page. And if you want to do past sessions, some of them are there as well. I want to just give a big shout out. Thank you to our practitioners who are here today: Coral, Annette, Cassandra, Katie. You guys are amazing. Please reach out to them if you're interested in this session. They are fantastic, creating miracles daily.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.